A subscriber recently asked a question that genuinely represents what thousands of seniors are feeling, but are too afraid to ask. They wrote, "By me already accepting the 423 SSA, will I lose my SSE over the years? And can I apply for SSDI?" This question is powerful because it shows the real fear that people have about mixing benefits. Many seniors worry that once they start receiving a small Social Security retirement check, their SSI will shrink, disappear, or be taken away without warning. Others worry they lost their chance to apply for SSDI simply because they started retirement early. The system can feel cold and confusing, and real people depend on these checks for rent, food, medication, and basic survival. So today, we're breaking this topic down in simple, clear human language, not government language. Before we dive in, please like this video and subscribe to Social Security Post. And let me ask you something. What stresses you the most about your benefits? SSI, SSDI, COLA, overpayments, or retirement? Tell me in the comments. Let's start by clearing up the biggest misunderstanding. If your Social Security retirement benefit is $423 per month, that does not put your SSI at risk, and it does not mean your SSI will disappear over time. SSI uses a very specific formula when you receive a second source of income. The first $20 of your SSA retirement is ignored, and the remaining amount, in your case $403, is counted as income. This counted income reduces your SSI. That's why you see a lower SSI number. It isn't a penalty. It's simply the SSI formula doing what it always does. But here's the key fact. Most people don't know. SSI only stops completely if your total countable income goes above the SSI limit, which for 2025 is $967 for an individual A retirement benefit of $423 is nowhere close to removing your SSI. Even if your SSA increases a little each year, it will take decades before it even approaches the SSI limit. In fact, some people receiving small retirement checks continue receiving SSI until their 70s, 80s, or for life. A lot of people fear that SSI slowly fades away the longer you receive early retirement benefits. But SSI doesn't work like a loan or a countdown clock. SSI is recalculated monthly, and the system looks at your SSA amount in real time. Your SSA retirement benefit goes up slightly each year because of COLA, which adjusts benefits for inflation. But even if your $423 increases to $440, then $460, then $480 over many years, your SSI simply adjusts by a few dollars each time. Here's a real example. Let's say COLA raises your SSA from $423 to $440 one year. SSI subtracts the new countable income, and your SSI may drop only $17. But it does not stop. If the next year you rise from $440 to $460, SSI adjusts again, but it still continues because you remain below the federal SSI income limit. SSI does not disappear unless your SSA becomes higher than the full SSI rate, something that isn't going to happen with a starting benefit as low as $423. In short, SSI does not die out over time. It follows the math, not the calendar. Many people don't know this, but starting early retirement does not automatically block you from applying for SSDI. SSDI is based on work credits, not age, and not on whether you're currently receiving SSI or early retirement. If you have enough work credits, usually 20 work credits earned in the last 10 years, and your medical condition meets the disability requirements, you can still be approved for SSDI even after starting retirement benefits. Here's the part most people never hear. Once you apply for SSDI, the SSA reviews the date you became disabled. If they determine that your disability began before or around the time you started early retirement, the rules allow them to convert your early retirement benefit into an SSDI benefit. And SSDI pays more. SSDI does not penalize you for claiming early. SSI then recalculates based on the new SSDI amount, And if your SSDI is still below the SSI limit, SSI continues as a supplement. SSDI gives you advantages that SSI cannot offer. First, SSDI does not have the strict resource limits that SSI has. With SSI, you must stay under $2,000 in savings. With SSDI, there is no such rule, and you can save money, receive help from family, or build a small emergency fund without losing your benefit. SSDI is also considered an earned benefit, which means your payment is usually higher and grows faster over time than SSI does. Another major benefit is access to Medicare. Once you receive SSDI for 24 months, you automatically become eligible for Medicare, which can be life-changing for people with disabilities or chronic illnesses. Medicare tends to be more stable than Medicaid, and having both gives you strong coverage. SSDI is also protected from early retirement penalties. So even though you started retirement early, SSDI can overwrite that decision and give you a better payment based on disability instead of age. If you qualify for SSDI after receiving $423 retirement and SSI at the same time, Social Security can revise your case internally. They can switch your payment from early retirement to an SSDI amount that reflects your disability rather than your age. Once that happens, SSI recalculates again. If your new SSDI is still under the SSI limit, SSI continues as a supplement. If your SSDI is higher than the limit, SSI may stop, but you keep your full SSDI payment and typically end up financially better off. This switch is not a penalty. It is not risky. It is simply a realignment of how your benefits are categorized. Many people are surprised to learn that SSDI can increase their income and also give them access to Medicare. And most importantly, this process ensures that you do not lose all your benefits. Whether you remain on SSI, move to SSDI, or receive a combination, your income continues, and in many cases grows. If you're receiving $423 SSA plus SSI, your benefits are stable. You will not lose your SSI just because time passes or because you're aging. Only income can reduce SSI, not years. And if you have any work history at all, applying for SSDI might increase your benefits and give you stronger medical coverage. Your next step is to check your work credits and see whether SSDI is an option. It's one of the strongest protections for people with disabilities. If you want me to calculate your exact future income or tell you whether SSDI is possible in your case, just drop your question in the comments. Please like this video, subscribe to Social Security Post, and turn on notifications. I'm here to break down every rule, every update, and every COLA change so you never feel confused or unprotected again.